Let's talk about one of the biggest revolutions happening right now in how we get our food. Seriously, it's a story that's all about tech, sustainability, and really a complete shift in how we think about the land itself.
It all really boils down to this one question. How are we going to feed 10 billion people? That's the projection for 2050. That's a lot of mouths to feed. And we have to figure it out on a planet that's, well, it's facing some pretty serious limits.
And that's the real kicker, isn't it? Our traditional ways of farming are kind of hitting a wall. We're looking at major water shortages, climate change is throwing growing seasons completely out of whack, and we are, quite literally, running out of good farmland. The old way is really feeling the pressure.
To be blunt, the system we've relied on for centuries, it's starting to show some serious cracks. You've got dwindling resources, a volatile climate, and a population that just keeps growing. It's pretty clear we need a totally new game plan for how we grow our food.
And that brings us to a fascinating solution. The whole idea of farming without the farm. At least, not the farm you're picturing. We're talking about tech that takes all the unpredictable stuff, soil, weather, pests, and just takes it right out of the equation.
So what in the world is soilless agriculture? Well, at its core, it's exactly what it sounds like, growing plants without any soil. Instead of roots digging through dirt for food, the plants get a perfectly balanced diet delivered straight to them in a nutrient-packed water solution. It's like a custom-made 5-star meal plan for every single plant.
In the concept, it's actually beautifully simple. Step 1, you give the plants their perfect nutrient drink. Step 2, you create this totally controlled world for them with the ideal light and temperature. And the result? You can grow amazing produce all year long, pretty much anywhere you want, whether that's in the middle of a desert or on a city rooftop.
Okay, now this is where things get really, really cool. Let's get into the numbers, because the efficiency here is, well, it's absolutely staggering. This is where you really see what a game changer this whole thing is.
First up, water. These systems recirculate and reuse water so efficiently that they can use up to 95% less than traditional farming. Let that sink in. In a world where we're all worried about water scarcity, that number, that's revolutionary. It's not just saving water, it's a whole new way of thinking about it.
All right, so what about how much you can actually grow? By stacking crops vertically and giving them perfect conditions 24/7, the yields just go through the roof. For something like lettuce, these soilless systems can produce up to 20 times more per acre. Nope, that's not a typo. 20 times more.
And this might be my favorite. 100%. That's how much you reduce the need for herbicides. And the logic is just so simple. If there's no soil, there are no weeds, period. No weeds means no need for chemical weed killers, which is just better for the planet and, gives us cleaner food.
So when you put it all side by side, the difference is it's stark on every single important metric: water use, land use, chemicals, and just pure output. Soilless farming is just a fundamentally more efficient and sustainable way to do things. It's a true paradigm shift.
Now, with numbers like that, it's probably no surprise that this isn't just an environmental story. It's a massive economic one, too. Investors and entrepreneurs are definitely taking notice, and what we're seeing is the start of what you might call a soilless gold rush.
Just look at this growth curve. It is incredible. The global market was sitting at around $15 billion in 2023. By 2032, it's projected to double to about $30 billion. That's a huge signal that this tech is going from a niche idea to the mainstream, and it's happening fast.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds great, but it must be crazy expensive to set up. And you're right, the initial investment is higher than for a traditional farm. But, and this is the key, look at the return. With huge savings on water, fertilizer, and herbicides, the payback period for one of these vertical farms can be as quick as 2.5 to 4 years.
So, we've seen the big picture numbers, but where is this stuff really making a splash? Let's zoom in on a couple of high-value crops where soilless farming is just completely changing the game.
Let's talk strawberries. You can grow them all year long, and in some of these advanced vertical farms, yields can hit an unbelievable 160 kilograms per square meter. I mean, just try to picture that. And because they grow 30 to 50% faster than in soil, some smaller setups have actually broken even in just 5 months. Amazing!
And how about the most expensive spice on the planet? This quote really says it all. For saffron, the benefit-to-cost ratio can be over 12 times greater than regular farming just by the second year. You take a crop that's famously difficult to grow,
You put it in a perfect, controlled environment, and the economics become just mind-blowingly good.
And this idea extends to another huge market, medicinal plants. For pharmaceutical companies or the wellness industry, consistency is everything. Soilless systems can guarantee a pure product with the exact same level of active ingredients every single harvest. That's a promise that traditional farming can almost never make.
So, when you see all of this, the efficiency, the economics, the quality control, what does it all mean for the future? And more importantly, what does it mean for your future?
So when you boil it all down, what's the takeaway? Well, we're looking at a system that delivers big wins on 5 key fronts. It's incredibly efficient with resources, it's massively productive, it strengthens our food security, it's way more sustainable, and it creates huge economic opportunity.
And, while we've talked about fancy things like strawberries and saffron, the real promise here is so much bigger. This isn't just about growing premium food for a niche market. This tech is a powerful, essential tool in the mission for global food security in a world that's constantly changing.
So, the next time you're eating a fresh, perfect salad in the dead of winter, it's worth asking yourself, where did this come from? Because more and more, the answer might not be a farm thousands of miles away. It might be a clean, super efficient, high-tech warehouse, maybe just down the road from you. The future of farming might be a lot closer than you think.